Adam here with Brooksaw Antiques. Today we have this 1957 Optima Elite vintage portable typewriter. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. Made in Germany. Excellent German engineering into this. Pretty rare compared to the Olympias or other German machines, but beautiful machine. First thing you want to do when you take this, if you have problems taking this out of the case, the bottom of the case just kind of slides into those rubber stoppers and it might be a little difficult to pull it out. You just need to pull that out. As you can see, it's got 4 prongs that these rubber stoppers on the feet slide into. So there's no switch or anything to pull it out. You just pull it out with strength. Up top is the adjustable paper guide. This helps you guide the page in straight. I'm going to line that up with the edge of the platen, which is the main roller that feeds the paper. And the paper support arm detaches. In the manual says it attaches somewhere on the floorboard of the case, but I don't. Maybe that's missing because I don't have anything that this attaches to. So I would just put it in a case like that next to it. But it just attaches on here. I've never seen a typewriter do that before. So it just snaps right in like that. And the margin is located behind the carriage, but I'll load the page first. If you're loading your page and it goes in a little crooked, then you can use the paper release on the right side behind the knob to straighten it out like this. And then just reset that, and now you have a straight page. This is the paper bail that sits on top. It's got 2 adjustable rollers and a scale. These are your margins. I'm just going to set them on the edge like that. I think that left one's already on 0. Yeah, so I'm going to readjust that. I've moved it a little bit too far. That's where I want it, right there. Once you hear the bell, you're near the end of the margin. Hit this line space, get you back to the beginning, and skips 1, 1.5, or 2 spaces. Right now we have it on single, but if you want 1.5, just flip that switch down 1 notch. It skips 1.5. One more, it skips 2. Very smooth. I'm going to keep that on single for now and finish typing. As you can see, all the keys type nice and none of them skip or stick. I'll type a sentence in red on the next line and switch from black to red. There's a little dial on the right side. Flip it all the way to the red indicator, which is the top selection. It prints the bottom portion of the ribbon. When you have it in the middle selection, on the white indicator, it prints no ink at all. It just leaves a stencil for copying purposes. And when you have it all the way down on the bottom selection, the blue indicator prints the top portion of the ribbon, which is black. We're going to move that all the way down for red. Beautiful. It just feels super reliable, like it's never going to jam up on you. No resistance on the keys, but they're still smooth. And the print looks beautiful. Pica typeface prints 10 characters per inch. Really nice typewriter. German engineering. Beautiful design. To pull the page out easy, there's a switch that we already used, which is a paper release. Some right behind the knob here, just flip that up and you can pull the page out easy or load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock, or you can just straighten out your page. Make sure you flip that back before you load the next page or else it won't load correctly. I'm going to go ahead and take this off for now and put that back in the case. Put the color back on black. Got a shift on each side and a shift lock on the left. To clear that, just hit the shift button again. Backspace on the top right. Very good. This button with the arrows going in each direction is the margin release. When you get to the end of the margin, there's a mechanism that blocks you from printing. Hit that margin release. That'll allow you to get past that block and type all the way to the end. Very good. This is your, I think we already did that, the shift lock. Backspace on the right side. Very smooth. And below that is the minus sign. That is your alt tab clear. There is no option for just one tab, but you can go to that one tab and just hit that button like that and it'll clear it, and then stop it with your hand or whatever. Just stop pressing it. This is your tab set. On the left side here, this is a blank button, but it sets a tab when you push it on that spot you're at. So, and this is the tab button. The harder you push it, the more break there is. The less push it, the less the brake is engaged. It just stops at that one spot. And like I said, you have to clear it by basically going before that tab and then hitting that minus sign. And it'll clear it. It'll go all the way to the end and clear all the tabs as well. So I always like to set one tab somewhere in the middle so that way when you hit the tab button it doesn't go slamming all the way to the end causing wear and tear on your typewriter. So I'm just going to set one right there and retest that. Very good. All right. This hood pops up from the front and then unlocks completely from the back. All the brand new ribbon is loaded on the left side, so it's pulling clockwise to the right. If you want to switch that direction manually, the side you want it to go to, just flip the ribbon guide there towards the middle and it'll pull to that side. Flip it on both sides. So that's meant to catch the eyelet at the end of the ribbon, which is a little metal piece at the end uh, on both sides. And if you don't have a little eyelet, you can just tie a knot about 6 inches from the end and it should do the trick. This is just going to set right back here like this first and then snap down on the front. Okay, this has one carriage release on the right side. Very good. And this will disable your line space retainer. So you can get to an exact spot on the page, you let it go, you get the clicks. Each one of those clicks is a half a space. And the same concept with the lever on the left side behind the knob there, it disables the spacing. So you want to be careful when you use that because you will lose your line. And that's it. Well, that's your carriage lock. So you flip it forward and then move the carriage to the middle and it locks the carriage in the middle. That might need a little bit of adjustment. Feels weird, but I guess it locks it. When it's in the case, it probably pushes it like this so it doesn't. Anyway, that's what that's supposed to do. And that's it. Now available on eBay or Etsy. Search Brooksaw Antiques.